Now 2014 was a funny year for Formula 1. It was a year of change as well. Now the V6s arrived and they're still here and they're equally as unpopular. However, there were a few highlights and Williams that year was one of them. They returned to form somewhat in a partnership with Mercedes power units. They also brought back Martini as a title sponsor, thus rearranging their livery for the season. And another thing which helped was they were very fast in the straights, and what better track to go for a pole lap than Austria, which also returned to Formula 1 in 2014. Now, Austria had been on the shelf for 11 years, out of F1 since 2003, but made a comeback in the V6 debut season of 2014 and has been a staple ever since. Now, Felipe Massa got the pole lap that year, and I believe might have been the only non-Mercedes pole of the season. Quote me if I'm wrong on that one, but he did a 1 minute 8.7, 1 minute 08.7 to be more precise. Now, there's a few things to note. The lap itself wasn't very pretty. These cars were horrific. They were slow, had no downfalls, snapped everywhere. So this is going to be a tricky one to attempt. So we're going to just get started here and get a lap under our belt and see what we can do. So leave a like on the video, subscribe as we're already underway with our first attempt. Oh, a bit of rear locking. I have to get the car completely stopped there to make the corner. There is no rear end traction, at least on these tyres. My fronts are stone cold, so that also probably doesn't help. I'm locking the rears, locking the fronts. This really isn't anything special in terms of a lap. Let's try and lean on the fronts through here. You just have to wait so long to pick up the throttle. I mean, it's amazing how in 10 years we've gone from, you know, cars that just were so sluggish, had no downfalls, to these monsters that we have now, these sudden beasts which, you know, corner with the ground effect so amazingly. And of course we had the 2020 cars as well, sprinkled in between. Anyway, first lap of the day, 1:14.6, so basically 6 seconds off. Now, granted, I'm not too sure what the DRS zone arrangement was back in 2014, but we're going to run the 21 configuration, which has pit straight, this straight, and the one after. Anyway, let's make some adjustments. Right, so for my initial set of adjustments, I've gone from the white wall medium tyres to the softs. We've got one more compound step to go. I've lowered the front pressures by a click and upped the rears. I've halved the fuel. I'm going to run balanced high on the MGUK. I've also upped the engine brake by 2 clicks. Aero, I've gone up on the front wing by 2, down on the rear wing by 2, and then elsewhere we've got the brake bias down by a click. And then I've also lowered drastically, especially the front ride height, and a bit on the rear. So let's see how this goes. Now, I'm not sure why I don't have tyre temp in the bottom left on these tyres, but either way, we're going to crack on. A little bit unknown in terms of what to expect on tyres. We've already gone purple in the middle sector on the outlap, so it kind of highlights us a lot more grip already. Through turn 1, I can definitely carry a bit more speed through there. Right, come on then. Up towards turn 3. Struggling to get 8th gear. Oh, not ideal. We're going to have to sort that out. I'm struggling to find the braking balance. This was the first year, of course, we had the brake-by-wire system, which was very tricky at the time. Yeah, I can't. I got to sort the brakes out. I've got front locking and rear locking. It's really weird. I'm going to go up a little bit and move it more frontward and try again. Right, we've got most of our recharge back, so we're going to go again. And let's try and commit. Brake bias a bit more forward. Whoa, 4th gear there. Snapping away. Right, we'll try and brake a little bit earlier, a bit more gradual as well. There we go, that's more like it. Also using the higher gears. Still can't buy any traction there, but these cars were like this. These cars were absolute dogs to drive, for lack of a better term. But this is better. This lap's coming together quite nice. Massa's lap, as I mentioned, was extremely scruffy as well if you go watch it. That's good. Getting nice and tight through there. Whoa, back end fighting me everywhere on this one. Can't wait for soft tyres. Still, that's been a decent lap. Rally crossing around the Red Bull ring. Let's make our way into the last couple of corners then. 5th gear, tidy. Final corner, attack the curb on the inside. That was pretty good, to be fair. A good last few pair of corners. This will definitely shave off some time. And there we go, a 1:11.1. That's a drastic improvement. And that is a lot more like it. Right, let's go back to the drawing board and make some more adjustments. So for this one, very minor adjustments. I don't want to go too crazy because we're definitely going in the right direction. Super softs, I've kept the tyre pressures the same. I want to see how they behave. If they overheat, we'll go up. Fuel, I've halved it again, so from 16 down to 8. Electronics, we're going to run hot lap on this one. I've also maxed out the engine braking. Aero, I've actually brought the front wing down by a click, and I've brought the rear down by 2. So essentially, I'm hoping to get them leveled out and go a bit quicker in the straight. Elsewhere, I've made no changes to alignment, dampers, bias on 54. Ride height stays the same. All I've done is just basically drop the roll bars a bit softer and brought up the front wheel rate a little bit for front end sharpness. So very minor adjustments. I just want to see what the extra engine mode and tyre grip does. I can already notice a lot more grip on this tyre, so the step is massive between compounds. Anyway, let's get to work. Hot lap mode engaged. Let's do it. DRS. Let's attack turn 1. We'll take it in 4th gear. Nice. We'll take that. Come on then, let's keep it rolling. Heading up towards turn number 3. Bit of rear locking, but we keep it under control. Easing the way out. Nice. Takes so long to pick the traction up, it's crazy. Turn 4. At the 100. So much understeer through there. The front just doesn't want to turn at all. And now we should see some grip through here with these tyres. I was thinking 5th, but kept it in 4th. No snap this time. A little bit wide of the apex. All good though. Purple middle, purple first. Come on. 2 corners remain. Going to try 6th gear through here. Nope. Drop into 5th. Still nowhere near enough downfalls. Final corner. Up to the line. DRS. 108.7 to beat, and we do a 1:10.7. Only 4 tenths quicker. I felt a lot more grip on this tyre on the outlap, but it didn't seem to deliver on the time lap. Interesting. Okay, so we need to find 2 seconds. Simple as that. We've burnt most of our tricks, so now we're going to get creative and try and find some real serious time. So the moment has arrived. We're going to run same tyre arrangement. We're going to basically run single lap fuel, so 6 litres of fuel. We're going to crank the MGUH into motor and run full power. That will give us a nice boost. Aero, I've upped the front wing by a click, leveled it up with the rear wing. Alignment, I've basically tried to bring the toe to the left more aggressive, and also on the back end I've pushed the camber to the right so we have a better stable rear. Dampers unchanged, same for the bias, and then I've lowered the roll bars some more, especially on the rear, and I've upped the wheel rates. I've also just slightly dropped the ride height again. So let's see how this goes. This will now be a real serious attempt. Again, I've got no knowledge if my tyres are overheating or not because the temps are greyed out, but they are actually working in terms of, you know, there's variables there. I just can't see the colour. Anyway, you know it's serious because the delta bar has been opened up, so we've now got that as a reference in the top left. Right, here we go. Full beans. Oh, a bit of understeer there. Had to just delay picking up the throttle out of turn 1. Got on the AstroTurf. Alright, come on then. Accidentally double downshifted to 1st gear there. I wanted to go to 2nd. I want to try and see if I can find some more traction in the lower gear or a bit more acceleration. Try and turn in. Nope, locking the rears a bit there. Lost a 10th. Really not improving the way I'd hoped. Try and 5th through there this time. Same for this one. I need to try and get that apex, man. Well, let's carry a bit more speed in these last 2 corners if possible. Good commitment. First one, second one, nice cut on the curb there. Track limits wasn't a thing back in 2014 like it is now. Up to the line we go. 110.2. Right, we find half a second, give or take. But yeah, it's that time of the video. We're going to get creative and just try and find something. Lap's still a bit scruffy, time to be found, so we're going to get to it. Lost a little bit in the last corner there. Right, we're now a second away. That was a pretty good lap though. I cleaned up the mistakes. I was at one point over half a second up. So I reckon I can get within a second, which is what we did the other day in Can I Beat the Malaysian Grand Prix track record video. But after that I kind of struggled. Oh, mate. I want to brake late there, but there's just not the grip you have in modern cars. It's just so different. You have to untrain your brain. Literally, just can't brake late in these things. Ugh, damn. I'm already struggling. I am already struggling. This could be tricky. If I get within a second, that might be the lap. There's not a lot more in it. And not knowing my tyre temp is a bit of an issue because I can't figure out if I'm doing the right pressures or not. Oh, a little bit wide. Suboptimal, but that could be the lap already. Within a second. That's kind of what I was looking for. Mate, there's just no traction in this thing at all. I think it's going to be impossible to get a perfect lap. Hence why the one before might be the one. I found something there. And also the gearing is interesting. Shifting earlier seems to help. That could be the lap, but the last corner was a muck up. I'll try again and clean it up, but that might be it. Oh my god. I don't understand how the car does that. I'm on 56 bias. Oh my god, I don't believe it. I cannot believe it. That was my best lap. I don't think I'm going to match that. That was unreal. What was that going to be? 109.1. Oh my god, we might have had a sub 109. I don't think Massa's time's possible, but there is a lap there. I just can't do it. It's so difficult to get this car to work. I think that's it, guys. I've been trying for so long. That's me hooking up a perfect lap, pretty much. Everything came together there. So I think that's going to be where I'm going to leave it. 2 tenths off. That's closer than I ever thought I'd get. So we'll run you through the final version of the setup. I ended up going with Super Softs 19 and 20 on the pressures, 6 litres of fuel, hot lap, 20% MGUK recovery motor and maximum engine brake. Front wing 16, rear wing 14, ended up actually switching it the other way. Going a bit higher than I thought because the higher PSIs and the tyres gave us better straight line speed. Alignment, you can see on screen, camber to the left and toe to the left on the front, and then on the rear, both to the right. Dampers, I actually upped the rebound and the bump on the front and the rear a little bit to make a few tweaks on that one. Brake bias, 56 and 98. I feel like putting the front end or the brakes on the front end of the car to kind of counter the brake by wire on the rear end helped the brake a bit more stable and I could gain more time. Heave dampers, I kept these unchanged, and then values for roll bars and wheel rates and ride heights on screen, and then the rest was also slightly tweaked. The advanced suspension, I also brought the travel range down a little bit, and that was the setup. Anyway guys, there we have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Smash the like button if you did. Let's try and hit over 1,000 likes on this one. Subscribe for more and give me suggestions in the comments down below where to go next to beat retro pole laps. You're going to have all the mods also in the description, guys, so go check those out for the car and the track, so give those a go. And guys, as always, a massive shout out to the members of the channel for supporting the content and the videos. Also check out the 2 videos on screen, guys, if you haven't seen them already. And I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Until then, take care, and let's go back from me. Ciao.